Hello, it's Joe, and welcome to my channel, AGTV for Life. Today we're going to be talking about my two white body Samantha dolls that I scored for ridiculously cheap. And I'm going to tell you about that and also just give you a little perspective on why my signed white body doll is very special. The picture you're looking at here, if you don't already know, is a picture of Pleasant Rowland, the founder of Pleasant Company and later American Girl, and the original three dolls her company released. The company started in 1986, and when the company started, obviously Pleasant Rowland wanted to have a lot of sales and watch the company grow. No doubt, right? So what did she do to foster interest in her product? She signed the torso of the first 2,500 of each doll released. So that is a total of 7,500 dolls that she signed. So if you can only imagine that, she personally signed and dated 7,500 dolls. And naturally, at the time they were released, people probably wouldn't have the foresight to know that all these decades later, these dolls would be worth so much money. On some level, you know that if you buy something that's signed by the creator or the author, it's going to be worth something someday if the person is successful, famous, or popular. I want to tell you where I found my dolls. And then after I do that, I'm going to share some additional information related to the numbering and dating of the white body Samantha dolls. If you've been watching my channel for a while, the one thing you've learned is that I love thrifting and going to yard sales. So I want to tell you about this one place called Elephant's Trunk, and it's located in Connecticut, well, Milford, Connecticut. And this place is absolutely amazing, and where I found one of my dolls. So let's look at how big it is. Look at this. There are so many vendors here, and what I learned when I went here the first time and found my white body Samantha is that many of the vendors buy storage units. They have stuff that they get in these storage units, or at least the person I bought my doll from. He purchased a storage unit full of all types of toys. And if you're anything like me, the minute you see an item that's American Girl doll, whether it's a doll or an accessory, whatever, you just sort of, I feel robotic and I just gravitate right towards it. So I saw this box and I knew that I had to run over to his little setup. So I get over there and I look at the doll. And if you're ever buying a doll and it might look like a vintage doll, the first thing you want to do is lift up the dress and see what color the body is. So, or at least that's what I do. I don't know, do you do that, or is it just me? I swear, I think the guy thought I was a lunatic because I race over and the first thing I do is I lift up the doll's dress. And he was watching me. So the minute I saw it was a white body, I put the dress down and I asked him how much was he charging for the doll. And he said, $20. I said, deal. I couldn't grab the freaking, sorry, I was about to curse. I'm going to try not to curse. I couldn't grab the freaking $20 bill out of my pocket fast enough. I handed it to him and I picked up the doll and I just left. I was done. I was literally done shopping for the day. All of this stuff I didn't care about anymore. I just needed to leave. I had to get back to my car and take a look at what I bought. Before I talk about her and show you some more pictures, the one thing I wanted to mention to you is that this is a big deal flea market, and it opens at 5:30 in the morning, and you need to buy tickets online, or you can wait until it opens to everybody and buy tickets when you get there. it's a little bit of a production, and quite frankly, going at 5:30 in the morning is when the vendors show up, and they don't have everything set up. So personally, I wouldn't recommend going at 5:30. I think I went at 6 o'clock and I had to sit around or just walk around. I don't remember exactly, because I had to wait for the vendors to put all their crap out. So I don't know. You have to decide for yourself what you want to do, but it's amazing. I am going back tomorrow. Not that I'm going to find another white body doll, but I might find some other stuff. And you never know. You never know. When I went this day, I walked around a little bit before I found Samantha, and I picked up a couple of things, and I found some pretty good deals. And here's some of the stuff I bought. And Connecticut's not too far from you. I would definitely recommend that you make a trip here and check it out. Even if you only go once, you never know what you're going to find. And here she is, my $20 Sam. She definitely needs a spa day. And honestly, I cleaned her up a little bit, but I haven't done too much with her. Let's take a look at her neck stamp. The features of these older dolls is amazing. Let's take a look at her face. Look at how gorgeous she is. She's missing some eyelashes, but we'll deal with that another day. And here she is, my first white body Samantha. Now let's talk about my white body signed Samantha. So here I am one day on the weekend with my daughter going around to the thrift shops, and I decided to pull into this shopping plaza. There really isn't anything too special about this place, but they do have a couple of thrift stores that I've been to before, and I decided I would just pop in quickly. And of course, my daughter does not like going with me thrifting, so I promised her it will be pretty quick. We'll be in and out. So here's the store. It's called Blooming Grove Antiques, and it's located in New Windsor, New York. We get out of the car and we go into the store, and right in the front of the store I spotted Samantha in the corner on a chair. I walked over to her, and the first thing I did, as I already told you, and I'm sure you do the same thing, so I lift up her dress and I noticed that she was a white body and she was signed. I picked her up and I go to the cash register and I asked the person, how much is this doll? And she said $25. I gotta tell you, I almost fell out right there on the floor. I had to make sure that I didn't have a surprised expression because she called her price, right? I couldn't get the $25 out of my pocket fast enough. I paid her, and she asked me if I wanted a receipt, and no, I didn't want a receipt. I just wanted to get the frig out of that store and get this doll in my car. I called out to my daughter from the front of the store that I was leaving, and I ran off to the car, and look at what I found. And here she is. She's number 959 out of 2,500. And here's a better picture of her whole body. Here's a picture of her shoes. The soles fell off. I guess the glue dried out. One of the first things I did is I typed this post and included pictures of my doll in one of the American Girl Facebook groups because I just had to share my excitement. And here are some of the comments that people wrote. Oh, you can only imagine how excited I was. As you can see, everybody else was pretty excited for me too. All I can say is this was such a fun day, and the first white body Samantha, the unsigned one, I actually found a week before this doll. So can you only imagine I found these two dolls within 1 week apart from each other? Ever since I found my signed Samantha, I've been on a mission to understand the whole numbering sequence and when Pleasant Rowland started signing the dolls and when she stopped. And so far, the earliest I have of a signature is September 1986, and then I have a doll that's well, I don't have the doll. I have a picture of a doll signed, and the doll number is 2438, and that was in 1987. So let me show you the signatures I have. I don't have the signature on this doll and what it looks like, but look at this, $14,400 for number 1. Wow. And you can see Pleasant Rowland would put the month and the year. And this happened for all the dolls, or at least the signatures that I've collected in my picture folder, for 1986. And it's pretty much the same format. The reason why I started this is because I just wanted to figure out when my doll was signed. Because once you get through 1986 and she starts signing dolls in 1987, she does not include the month. So here's the first one, and here's my doll. So I'm not too sure when the doll was signed, or these dolls were signed in 1987. I wish she would have kept including the month. And I don't even know if there's a reason why she left it off. I'm a little fascinated to find out why she changed her format and the signatures. And here's my Excel spreadsheet so far. I'm wondering whether or not any of you have a white body Samantha, and if you do, is she signed or unsigned? If she's signed, what's her number? And the month and the year, if you have that information. Drop a comment below. I'm really curious. And I want to just say one thing, and why I'm so intrigued by these dolls, particularly the two that I have, is because their bodies are so squishy and they feel so different. So let me show you a little video on that. Check out how soft they are. You could squeeze their arms. They just have such an amazing feel to them. They're of course bigger than the regular dolls, but look at the face. I can't get over how nice these dolls are, and that's what I like about them the most. Their features, there's just something about them. She probably needs some lips. Her lips look like they're worn off her face by now, or maybe that's how she's always been. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, like it. If you're not a subscriber, I sure hope you subscribe to my channel and press that notification bell for future videos. YouTube will at least let you know when I drop new content here. Here's some video recommendations for you if you want to watch them. You have some free time on your hands. If you like Samantha, and this is one of the American Girl dolls that you're particularly interested in, I know you're going to love my tour of her ice cream parlor, and that's the last video here. So anyway, I included links to all these videos down below. Help yourself, knock yourself out, check out my content, leave comments. I respond to every single comment I get, so I love to interact with you. And until next time, take care of yourself and make sure you find some time to play with your dolls.